Alright guys, I am back. Right, so we made it to the, well, technically the fourth sanctuary of the game. And yeah, in this episode we're going to beat the boss. But first of all, before we go ahead and fight this boss, I want to see how much EXP these crocodiles give. Because I know these are different crocodiles, they're called the strong crocodile. I just can't remember how much experience points they give. And freeze is always the best move to use against crocodiles, usually. So let's have a look and see how much experience points these things give. And they give 3,374 experience. That is a lot. Just for one crocodile, that is a lot. But, I don't know. I think you have to come back through this cave anyway, but you have to come through by, using Tessie to get across the lake. I swear there is one point in the game you have to do that. So you can fight all these enemies then if you want to. Because there will be a time you'll have to come back through this cave again. I know there is. And that'll be a point in the game where you're just playing as Tyler and Shulk, I think. Because I can't remember what happens to Cassie. I know she disappears from your party again. And I know that your fourth party member also disappears as well. I can't remember what happens to Cassie though. I ain't got a clue. Alright, she needs healing before we go ahead and enter this fight. Alright. I have a bad feeling that I don't have enough experience points to do this. And that should have been a first thing, like an opportunity for an open attack. Yeah, that's what I was meant to say. Yeah, we should have got the upper hand here, but oh well. Sometimes the game does that. Like you go behind an enemy, and sometimes it doesn't go. The screen sometimes doesn't flash green. I mean, I think there's been times where I've gotten an enemy from behind and it flashed red, and I was like, what the hell? How did this happen? Right, so anyway, without further ado, let's do this! I'm ready! You finally got here. This is the fourth, your sanctuary location, but it's mine now. Take it from me, if you dare. Right, so it's a mushroom dude. Basically toad on acid. I don't know what... I can't remember what attacks are best against this thing, but always go with the Monado power. And I think maybe... I'm going to go freeze gamma here. That's usually... we hadn't used freeze gamma yet, actually. I did 241 damage, and that was freeze gamma, so... I don't think freeze is the best move to use. Alright, okay, I'm not using the Monado power anymore because Shulk has been mushroomized, which isn't good. Right, considering it's a mushroom, what happens to a mushroom when it catches fire? It burns. You know, it turns to crisp. So I'm going to go with fire gamma instead. Maybe that might do a little bit more damage. Okay, no, it does the same exact amount of damage as what freeze does. Oh no, you can't go ahead and do that. That's like Pokemon stuff right there. You get them to like the last Pokemon at the final little point of HP, and then they go ahead and screw you over by using a full restore. Like that stuff is the most bullshit thing ever to exist in a video game, I think. Like, it should be illegal for them to even put that in a Pokemon game. I hope they don't do that in Pokemon Sun and Moon. I don't think they did it in X and Y, to be honest with you. And Cassie has now been poisoned. Alright, I'm going to try and heal her here, but I don't know if this is going to work. Considering Shulk's been mushroomized, and that can cause him to be confused. Alright, so I guess fire is probably the best thing to use against this. I mean, lightning didn't do too much damage. Or should I say thunder didn't do too much damage. I don't even know how much HP this thing has, but... Well, you never really do know how much HP these bosses have. Or we'll get another cheeky freeze beater in there, and that should do it. Oh no, it didn't kill it. It's still alive. And that's going to do damage to everyone. And yeah. Good going, Shulk. Good going. You'll have to try and just bash it quick before people start dying. Okay, that's not going to work. God. Does Tyler have a bottle rocket? Seriously? Because if I had a bottle rocket... No, I have a bag of Dragonite, but I'm not going to use that because we need to save that for a more vital situation. And this isn't a situation that's vital. It's critical, but not vital. You won! And yeah, we defeated it. So we got 48,162 experience points, which is a hell of a load of experience, which gains Shulk up to level 49. Maximum HP went up by 1, maximum PP went up by 2. Shulk realized the power of the Monado Gamma! Nice! Yes, that's what I wanted to see. So finally we got our next upgrade for the Monado power. Well, if Cassia was still alive, she'd have probably gained a level as well, so that's kind of sad. But as soon as we go in here, we'll get all healed up and everything, because that's what happens when you record a sound to your soundstone. It recovers your HP, your PP, your stats, whatever. Shulk caught a whiff of weed. Shulk caught a whiff of weed. Someone's been baking hash brownies or whatever. Shulk's soundstone recorded the melody of the rainy circle. Yeah, someone's been baking hash brownies. Weed cookies. Alright, okay, so I can't really avoid these because there are too many of them. So now, after we beat that boss, the next order of business is to get into the Skyrunner, so it can take us to Summers, which is the next major town in the game. There actually isn't much to do in Summers, plot-based. Like, Summers is probably the most quickest town in the whole game. Like, it's huge. There's a lot of like buildings and stuff, but the way how the town relates in the story, there isn't much to do there. You have to do like one or two things before you start moving off to the next part of the game. Yeah. Alright, that's cool. Actually, I don't need to use PSI. I can just use the revitalized machine in Dr.Andonuts lab. That's if the caveman hasn't destroyed it. You're crazy keeping a caveman in here. Alright, Dr. Andonuts. Let's all get in the phase, or not the phase distorter, the Skyrunner. Oh, you surprised me. You're a Shulk, aren't you? Tyler wets his bed sometimes, but other than that, he's a good boy. Okay, did you really need to tell me that? Take good care of yourself and Tyler. It looks like you found something out. I finished remodeling the Skyrunner. You can leave for Summers whenever you wish. It shouldn't break this time. Well, maybe. Is that supposed to give us some kind of form of help? Because at the moment it's making me feel very uneasy. Because you're the scientist here, you should know all these things. And considering you are a scientist, I should trust you that this thing probably will break. Alright, let's get in here. Yeah, you don't actually have to check it this time, you can just walk into it. This is where you get the preview of Summers, the first time you go there, but... You'll see how big Summers is, but there's just not much to do. And there are enemies in Summers that you have already encountered in Foresight, but there are some new enemies there as well, I think. But mostly it's taxis and things that you fight over there. Oh, it takes you straight to Summers, okay. I thought we had to go over like Foreside or something one last time. Oh, it's starting to shake, I think. Yeah, that doesn't look too stable. That music indicates something bad's gonna happen. Boom! And looks like Dr. Andonuts was right. It was gonna break. So we also have a map for this place as well, and this is how big the town is. As you can see, it spans across 2 screens, like 2. It's basically separated into 2 pictures. And the way how the town works, it just side scrolls. You just walk along like a side scrolly kind of atmosphere. But as you can see, it's fairly big. It's probably much bigger than Threed. Well, no, actually no, I wouldn't say it's bigger than Threed. It's bigger than O-Net. That's definitely. Actually, I don't even know if it's bigger than O-Net, to be honest with you. But... yeah, it's bigger than Saturn Valley, that's for sure. Yeah, it's definitely bigger than Saturn Valley. Oh god, who are we fighting here? Duke Nukem? Friggin' Duke Nukem on the scene. Yeah, I think Freeze. I always use Freeze. Freeze is the first PSI move I always use because like 9 times out of 10 it always works. Freeze seems to work better than Fire and Thunder does anyway. The enemy left a present behind. Inside there was a chick. Okay, why would you be carrying a chick around with you? Well, considering this is a new town and all, and we just beat a boss after all, so I'm going to end off the episode here and continue on in the next episode. So in the next episode of Let's Play Earthbound, we shall explore more around Summers. So until then, this is NDM saying thanks for watching, take care, everybody, see you in the next video, and goodbye.